like all departments in any walk of life, law enforcement, corporate America, training is something that's usually the first thing that gets axed on a budget.
Yeah, okay.
Because they don't value it until the shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
Right?
And then the chasing the tail.
And then they're like, oh, well, so then what happens is they're like, oh, we need to train. We need to train. Well, then you have what stops people from training? You have officer apathy to a certain extent. Some officers wrongly, in my opinion, believe that the department should pay them for training. I think that's ridiculous. You signed up to be a police officer. You got in shape at the academy or before the academy. You went through all this stuff. This is no different than you paying for your own ammunition to go on range and fire your weapon and practice your skill set. And a lot of them don't even do that. They'll qualify once a year or maybe once every 6 months, depending on which department. So
stay on that, but I want to touch on that.
Okay.
Because in Australia, like, you shoot once a year. That's it. There's not, guns aren't common, shooting isn't common, practicing isn't common.
I know.
Is it the same in America? Or?
Well, so no. So here's the thing.
Or is it a passion that someone who likes shooting practices?
Listen, I think, well, there's certainly gun enthusiasts in the United States. So
who are police who might shoot on a consistent basis. Right. But you don't have to, by what you're saying.
You don't have to, you just have to qualify once a year for most departments.
What's qualifying?
Usually...
is that a legit test, or is that just like, oh, he shot straight and that's that? Like,
It's for most departments, it's a basic sort of within 7 to 10 yards of 3 yards, 7 yards, 10 yards, and acquiring targets, hitting targets, trying working your grouping and all that.
So it's not as good as it should be.
I think it could be a lot better.
Okay.
I actually created a program called Trial by Firearms, and we run it every November. And it's civilian, and we have a lot of law enforcement as well. And it's a 3-day intensive course.
Training under pressure. The right way.
100%. Shoot houses and a whole bit.
Okay.
And that's the things that agencies, good agencies, Metro's one of them. Yeah. They want to do those things. Okay. And they're trying to promote that. The thing is,
but it's a budget thing, like you're saying.
It's a budget thing, and also there's the bureaucracy of it. They can't make an officer do it because then they have to pay them to do it. Does that make sense? I can't make you go take jujitsu.
Surely you'd want to, though, right? It's for your own protection.
No, you would think, right? You would think. And then you get a lot of offers. I'll just shoot them. And I'm like, and that's how you guys end up in the bullshit that you end up in.
Because, you didn't need to.
Right.
Okay.
So
everything's on camera, everything's filmed.
100%.
Take the phone out.
100%. And by the way, there should be never an expectation of a person in uniform not to be videoed. Are you kidding? You're a government representative. You don't work for yourself. You work for the people. So absolutely you should be videoed. Absolutely. So and you should want to be videoed, by the way.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? If you're following the rules, you're doing what you're meant to be doing, you should have any problem not being filmed, right?
In loss prevention, we had a rule. Good customers don't care if there's cameras in the stores.
Yeah. Okay.
It keeps honest people honest.
Yeah.
They don't care. Like, they don't even know.
So you say the same thing about
police. It's the same thing with police. Yeah,
okay.
Same thing with police. So at any rate, with Metro, training is not an event, it's a process, right? And so what I mean by that is, that's one of the reasons why I don't like women's only self-defense seminar. Because what happens? They come, they learn one time. By the time they walk out of the building, they forgot probably 45 or 50% of what was shown or more.
False sense of confidence.
False sense of security, and then they don't come back because they think, well, I took a class once. It's like, well.
Have you seen that video where it's a TikTok, the girlfriend's like comes back from self-defense class and like challenges the boyfriend, and the boyfriend just dumps her on the head.
Yeah.
He's like
what? Yeah, no, and that's part of it, right? So
that's exactly
it's exactly it, because
she thought she had
she's
something.
like, I learned something out of class today, let me show you. And I always caution my students against it, because it's like, and I get my female students like, well, I tried it on my boyfriend, it didn't work. And I'm like, did you really want to kick him in his balls?
Yeah, that's
She's like, no. Did you really want to gouge his eye? No. Did you bite him? No. Okay, well then you didn't do anything. I showed you.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to because you didn't want to hurt him.